So with travel... You about to say something too much? And somebody bought a shirt.
Okay, we have to do the outro. So you're wanting to plan a trip to Florida to either Disney World or Universal Orlando. Here's a few quick tips that helped us plan our trip with minimal frustration.
And with a child.
First things first, you obviously want to check your work calendar compared to your child's school calendar and any days they may have off. However, something people may forget to do is always check the holiday schedule for the schools in Orlando. So you're not going there during the peak hours of Florida's spring break or their summer break or holidays.
Certain sites have already done a lot of the legwork for us, such as Prodigy lists and Undercover Tourists. They list crowd estimates for the entire year in order for you to better plan out your trips so that you don't fall in that category when it's already full with a bunch of people, especially during high peak seasons. We'll also leave a link down below for you to check out these sites as well.
So once you find your tickets that you have for the parks, always double check the block out dates and make sure that they are not falling on the week that you're planning to go to the parks.
Travel insurance is a must. Regardless of your job position or situation, anything can happen. Life is unexpected. So with travel insurance, you can ensure that if something were to happen, you can better prepare and plan ahead and move your dates around as needed.
Also check your hotels that you may be booking with to see if there are any major events happening during the time that you're traveling. Such as when we went to Orlando, we were totally unprepared to have Pop Warner cheerleaders there the entire week.
There'd be instances where you couldn't even get on the elevator. There was a line just for the elevator. If you are flying, if possible, I suggest that you travel light. Going with a carry-on and a small bag really helps mitigate how much you're taking with you, and it allows you just to breeze by the terminals. A tip that I have is to bring an empty backpack with you. If you can, bring it with you, or you can put it in your suitcase, your carry-on.
That allowed us the extra room to bring back any souvenirs that we may want to bring home, and we had no problem fitting them in our bags without having to bother with our luggage and trying to fit it in there.
And trying to check anything in.
This allowed us that extra room to bring home different things that we wanted to bring without having to make room in our suitcase.
And if there are things that are somewhat fragile, you don't have to put them in your backpack. You can switch out with whatever's in your luggage and vice versa, just to make enough space. For us, we're a family of 3, so we each travel the same. We have a small carry-on and a bag each. So for instance, one of us can carry all of the electronics in one bag, and it frees up 2 more bags. So more space to bring back souvenirs.
So you may realize there are some things that you can't pack with you, especially if you have little ones, maybe diapers or formula, and they're very difficult to carry on with the plane with you. We found out that the hotels allow Instacart deliveries or even delivery from Walmart online.
So they'll deliver that straight to your hotel. I didn't even think about that. I mean, we were just purchasing whatever at the hotel or outside, but I mean, we were fine. We were fine. We didn't use it, but this is most convenient for those that have small children or anybody with disabilities.
Yeah, because when we checked in, we saw so many deliveries behind the counter waiting for the people to come pick them up. People had cases of water, which was an amazing idea to have in your hotel room. They had snacks, especially for little kids who might always want snacks and you don't want to have to go to the gift shop. So no need to carry on any boxes of diapers with you on the plane. Just order them from Walmart or Instacart, have them delivered to your hotel, and they'll be waiting on you and your baby when you arrive.
And it allows you to travel less. One last tip that we have for those traveling to Universal Orlando is if you get the chance to experience it through the Orlando Informer.
That's right, the Orlando Informer website has a lot of great tips for you, as well as some exclusive events, which we'll be talking more about in our next video.
So if you really want to experience the park with minimal wait times, a bunch of food at your convenience and disposal, that's the way to go.
We actually have a video already posted with our experience from our very first Orlando Informer, but we'll talk more about the details on tickets and pricing in our next upcoming video.
It is Florida, just keep an eye out on the weather. It can be cold outside and then it just gets hot and then it just starts raining and then there's a tornado or a hurricane, I don't know. Just be mindful, check the weather, and pack accordingly.
We posted a few ideas of some packing items just from Florida natives and from traveling back to Florida since we moved out of the state on things that we might need at the park or just on our trip in general.
So with trips like these, or any type of trip that you're traveling outside of the state, my suggestion is to backwards plan. So give yourself a couple months, 2-3 months, maybe just a little bit more if you can, and just backwards plan. And by that, I mean, start at the location that you're going to be at. So for me is the hotels. Hotels sell out. So they're a one and done deal. Once they're gone, they're gone. You can't find another hotel. Tickets are normally readily available even on the day of. Hotels can be, but that's it's a big risk. They sell out really fast. They can only accommodate so many people.
Especially if you're looking for a specific hotel. If you're just looking broad on generic hotels that you might want to look into, then you might have a little more freedom with that. But if you're looking for a specific hotel or certain amenities, definitely start looking for your hotels months in advance. The biggest question people may ask is, should I stay at a resort on the parks or a resort or a hotel outside of the parks?
Our suggestion is to stay at the resort.
First things first is you'll need to know, like, what are the amenities you're looking for in a hotel. Resorts at the parks will offer more benefits to you than, say, an off-site park. The first thing you want to do is think about what are the amenities you're looking for in your hotel. The resorts on the parks are going to offer many more benefits than, say, a hotel off the park, but it all depends on what specifics you're looking for.
One major benefit is the 1 hour early park admission. This is just for Universal Orlando. Believe it or not, prices are very comparable to the hotels outside of the parks.
And depending on which hotel you want to stay at, such as we're specifically speaking of Universal Orlando, depending on which hotel you are looking for, you can even get express passes as well on top of that early admission. Don't forget to call your hotel that you're interested in and see if they may have any vacation deals that might fit into your budget, such as when we went, we were able to get our Freedom Passes bundled into our vacation hotel stay.
And we'll get more about those tickets as well. All resorts at Universal Orlando offer transportation to the parks.
Most of the transportation could either be their local shuttle, or you can actually walk to the park from some of your hotels, and they even have the water taxis when available.
The closer the hotel is to the park, the more amenities it offers for transportation, such as you mentioned, water taxis and a spaceship.
Your own personal roller coaster. Different hotels provide different transportation to the park, such as Portofino Bay offers the shuttles as well as the water taxis. Hard Rock, you're right on City Walk, so you can actually just walk right into the park, so you really don't need a shuttle or the water taxi. Royal Pacific was the third hotel that is on the premium tier, which offers the walking trail, so you can walk a private trail right to the park. The other tier hotels such as Aventura and Cabana Bay also have their own transportation, such as the shuttles. However, if you walk over to Sapphire Falls, you are able to catch their water taxi as well as take the walking trail. Endless Summer is another hotel that is on the value tier of the resorts, and they only offer the shuttles to the parks. However, they are the most affordable. For Aventura, which is the hotel that we stayed at, you just walk over to the Sapphire Falls Hotel and you either have the opportunity to take the water taxi or the walking trail. Cabana Bay is nearby, but you have to cross the street to get to Aventura, which will also lead you to the Sapphire Falls Hotel.
If you choose to go the shuttle route, they'll drop you off at City Walk and then pick you up at City Walk. While you're at City Walk, they'll have placards posted to tell you which hotel that specific bus is going to.
Yeah, and if you take the shuttles, since you said that they're going to City Walk, you have to go through the main security hub that they have. However, if you go on the walking trail, you have your own private little security station that you go through, and it's the same concept. They take you through a security checkpoint, but it's just a much smaller scale. Yeah. Some of these on-park resorts also offer you transportation from the airport to the resort as well as back to the airport on the end of your stay.
So you don't have to worry about taking an Uber or a Lyft from the airport to the hotels.
And the whole process to get on the transportation shuttle from the airport to the resort was very easy.
It was a seamless process. It was super easy.
Yeah, you just walked right down to where the rental cars are and go to the desk that they have for the Universal Hotel pickup, and they check you in and you just wait for the bus that'll come pick you up, and they load all your luggage and everything for you.
When booking these package deals, don't limit yourself to just one resource.
The website might give you one price for the hotels. However, we called them and they gave us a very good package deal on our hotel stay at Aventura. At the time of booking, Cabana Bay was actually showing a better rate for our stay, but when we called, they had a much better package deal for Aventura.
Again, all these hotels have the benefit of 1 hour early access, so you cannot beat that. As mentioned before, don't limit yourself to just one resource. And Universal Orlando is pretty good about posting different types of discounts that are available pretty much every week or so, right? Yeah. If you're deciding to go for 4 days or more, we highly suggest that you go to the annual pass route. It can actually be cheaper and it'll give you more days to visit throughout the year if you wanted to. Just be mindful of those blockout dates.
And Universal Orlando is very good about offering their own personal deals, such as currently I believe they have like a buy 2 day, get 2 days free. So always look into them first. However, there are other great websites that you can check out, such as Undercover Tourist for other great deals.
And we'll post those links below as well.
And if you're military, there's a whole nother world of discounts that you can look into that better fits your family and needs.
And we're not talking about the discounts at the gate. So the military offer extends to active duty military, spouses, reservists, National Guard, retirees, and even DoD civilians, which is a new thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Each of these ID card holders can purchase up to 6 tickets. At the time of redeeming those tickets, the sponsor does have to be there. If not the sponsor, then the spouse, the retiree, or the DoD civilian.
During the first day in the initial activation of these tickets, the ID holder does have to be present, but afterwards, each person can just go with their ticket.
You have to be there for the initial activation. My knife hand. So this means the ID card holder can purchase up to 6 tickets. So you can purchase one for your mom, your dad, your friend, but you do have to be there for the initial activation, and by you is the ID card holder. After the first initial activation, the ticket holder can come and go as they please to the parks throughout the year. And the hotel does offer a hefty military discount, especially when bundled with tickets.
The next question is the best place to get these tickets for the military. The first one being your local MWR office on base, and the second one is calling Universal Orlando Resort personally if you're looking to bundle it with a hotel stay.
And yes, you can bundle your military freedom pass if you're booking it through Universal Orlando. Again, this is just for Universal Orlando. Universal Hollywood in California is a different monster, and we will touch on that.
Yeah. We're currently
in a few months.
We're currently booking our new vacation to Universal Hollywood, and it is completely different than booking through Universal Orlando.
They do not offer the Freedom Pass. The Freedom Pass does not extend to Universal Hollywood. Those are two different things. This is just for Universal Orlando.
Universal Hollywood, you cannot book any military tickets by calling them. They do not have any hotel bundles there. So we'll touch on that later in a different video. So for our family of 3, we paid $705 for our Freedom Passes, which are good for the entire year. That's comparable to about $1,500 if we were to just buy a basic annual pass from the park itself.
And again, Universal Orlando does offer discounts at the park, but they do not offer the military Freedom Pass. So you can only get those by calling Universal Orlando or going to the MWR.
So they initially booked us with the 2022 Freedom Passes, which would have worked during our stay. However, once our stay ended, our passes would have expired as well, so we wouldn't have been able to use them for the next year.
We didn't know that there was any dates. We thought that this is just a ticket that's good for just a year from the day that you start going, and it expires the next year, and that is not the case.
Yeah, so when we booked it through Universal Orlando with our hotel package, we actually found out that our passes were going to be valid during our stay, but they were going to be expiring shortly after, so we wouldn't be able to go back the remaining year. And so just by a quick call to Universal Help Desk, they were very helpful, and they were able to accommodate us by switching our 2022 tickets to 2023, only because they have not been activated or used at the time of us calling them. So they were very helpful through that process.
So yeah, just make sure you ask about the dates before making the purchase.
There are also other options to contact travel agents that are very familiar with these processes if that's what your family prefers. However, if you're like us, we like to actually plan our own trips so we know exactly what we're getting. And we know that military is a bit of a different struggle for most travel agents to handle. So that's why we're trying to bring our tips that we've learned through our personal experiences to you.
Again, the resorts, you don't have to book them through Universal. You can actually go through other parties such as Getaway Today, and they have some really good discounts. They have some really good deals, and we're here trying to go through other stuff like, hey, what is it, Armed Forces Vacation or whatever, and these guys just have a better deal. And this is for everyone. This is not just military. The deal is for everybody. Again, planning these types of trips can be very, very stressful, so give yourself ample time. That way you can catch any mistakes that happen along the way, like us with the tickets. If we would have purchased this and try to go like the very next day when we were stuck with the dates that we had today, oh my gosh, it would have just been a disaster. We would have to purchase separate tickets, like individual tickets, on top of the ones that we've already purchased.
So you planned your trip, you have your tickets, your hotel booked. Now you need to know, what do I need to pack to make an efficient day at Walt Disney World or Universal Orlando?
The first thing to consider is some shoes. I suggest some running shoes. If they're old, you need to get some brand new ones. Specifically us, on our Apple Watches, we tracked over 20,000 steps a day. So your feet are going to be hurting. But with the shoes, the soles actually help absorb a lot of the impact while you're walking. Running shoes are your best bet. They have cloud foam, most of them do, and they help absorb the impact whenever you're walking. And they don't need a braking period.
You'll want to take a portable charger to the park with you because you'll be needing to charge your phone, as you'll be using it quite a bit throughout the day to check wait times and if you're taking photos and videos as well.
And again, this is why it's important to have the paper ticket on you as well, in the event your phone dies. But if it does die, the park does have some spare chargers that you can purchase for a small fee.
Everyone wants to wear a shirt to the park that matches their favorite character or theme.
Merchandise at the park can be very expensive.
That's why it's important to check out shirts at your local Walmart, Target, Hot Topic, or even Amazon before you head to the parks.
This is where we snag these shirts, these nice Ravenclaw shirts at Hot Topic. And Walmart is always a go-to place as well.
The Walmarts near the parks are actually a great place to check out, as they have sections dedicated to Universal and Disney, where you can check out if you may have forgotten some ponchos or your chargers, or even if you want a new shirt for the park. It's important to have good luggage as you're traveling through the airports that help protect your items inside and that are easy to roll through the airports.
And you want to look stylish.
We were able to get some great luggage on a good deal on Amazon during the Cyber Monday. You can also check out their lightning deals that they may have throughout the year.
Packing cubes have become a big game changer for us. I thought they were just going to take up space and it wasn't going to allow me to pack enough for my trip, but I was wrong. I was able to pack about 8 days worth.
The worst thing that can happen on your trip is the airline loses your luggage and then you have no clothes, none of your items that you need throughout your week. Next thing that is very important to have at the parks is some sort of bag to carry your necessities. Phone chargers, cameras, some snacks if you need.
Your wallet, your pass.
We found some really great fanny packs that fit our family best, and they made it really convenient to carry everything we needed for the day at the parks, and they fit in the free lockers for those rides that don't allow bags.
If you don't already, you might want to purchase a lanyard as well. The lanyard holds your park ticket. It is a hard copy, and I understand that you can have the digital copy on your phone, but sometimes your phone is put away in that locker. Some rides won't let you have any electronic devices with you. So it's important to have the paper ticket with you, that way you can go to the locker and retrieve your items.
And on the rides, it makes it really convenient where you just stick the lanyard in your shirt on the ride, and then at the end of the ride, you're able to just go to the locker and get your stuff out. And by any means, we are not travel agents. We're just giving you the tips that we've learned along the way of our adventures to try to minimize any hassle you may have. Planning trips can be stressful as it is, but by giving yourself plenty of time to deal with these hiccups along the way as they come, it gives you the peace of mind that all your stress is going to be alleviated once you get to the park, so you could take that extra time just to enjoy and everything should run smoothly.
So the whole goal of your trip is to build memories and have fun, and if you can save just a little bit of money along the way, that's much better. Just always do your research. There's a lot of resources out there that can help aid with planning and making some better decisions for your travel.
And we'll try to provide you with any other helpful tips and information that we have along the way as well.
And we'll have all those links posted down in the description box as well, so you can access them whenever you need to.
And if you like this video, give us a like and subscribe as we're trying to grow our journey here on YouTube with travel battles. And we hope that our information helps you make your trip a lot easier. And we hope that you will continue this journey with us. Like and subscribe.
Bye. I'm already starting this book. And pack.
Like it'll pop up like, no, it'll just be like a little box like.
So all the resorts at Universal Orlando offer transportation.
To the park.
You're right, to the parks. To what? To where? To Walmart? The neighbor.
Your mistress.
One final tip for those traveling to Universal.
Most people focus on getting your tickets and your hotels, but some people just get stumped on what the film.
I thought you were being serious. I got serious.
And keep an eye on the weather. It is Florida. It's bipolar like the people.